Hey Dad, I'm running out of space in my room. Do you think your workers could come over and build me a bookcase? Maybe something in a dark walnut. I really want to make the books pop.
What? They're not gonna do that, Rick.
Why not? They helped you.
Yeah, it's because they're my friends.
Oh, I thought they were only doing it because you're their boss.
Oh, where'd you get that idea? We're friends. Friends help each other out.
So you go over to their houses and help them with stuff?
Let's go inside with your mom.
My lanai is screwed. They don't stop, Mike. Those stupid new neighbor kids are out there all the time screaming and yelling, and it's driving me crazy.
Yeah, noise annoying. Come on. You remember how loud our kids were?
What? They weren't loud. They were inside on video games all day. We were good parents.
What about the kind of excellent that the garbage can chained and old lady Graver called the cops?
Oh, that old bat was all up in everybody's business. She once turned a hose on Christmas carolers.
You know, I'm not even sure why I even do these skits anymore. You all know why we're here. We're here to do the complete Thomas & Friends VHS/DVD collection video. So let's just jump into it. Let's stop this whole skit thing. Let's just jump into it. Roll the intro. Hello everybody, this is LEGO Lover 117. Come back at you with yet another video. In today's video, as said in the little skit intro thing, I suppose, the VHS and DVD collection video 2016 version here on the LEGO Lover 117 YouTube channel. This video is probably going to be really long, as I'm looking at the piles of VHS tapes and DVDs, which are over here to my left. This is going to be at least a half an hour long. I'm just going to warn you right now. So, grab a drink, grab a snack, grab something, I guess, and let's just go ahead and get started here. Starting with VHS, obviously, and I'm just going to give you a quick overview here. Those are the stacks of VHS tapes. I have them in one large cube here in front of me, which is different from last year, where it was literally just a bunch of stacks in front of me and it wasn't organized whatsoever. Not saying that this is organized, because it's not. These are in no order whatsoever. So let's go ahead and start with this stack over here, which is in sort of an order. We start off here with a original print of Thomas Gets Tricked and Other Stories. The reason I say it's original because it is red. We have a reprint here of Thomas Gets Tricked. An original copy of James Learns a Lesson. I say that as well. It is red. We have Tenders and Turntables here. Also have Thomas Breaks the Rules. Better Late Than Never. Those are all 90s reprints, by the way. Trust Thomas, first 90s original. Thomas Gets Bumped. Thomas Percy and the Dragon, with its original stickers still intact. It's very hard to find those tapes with their stickers nowadays. And Daisy with her sticker as well. So that is our first stack, which that didn't take too long if we just keep blowing through them. So I can't tell a story for each one, like I didn't tell a story for any of those. I'll go ahead and tell you all of those were eBay purchases, so there's really no, value. Not value. There's no like childish stories that I have to tell from my childhood. This stack, however, contains tapes that are mostly from my childhood, like this Gallant Old Engine tape here. I watched this a lot when I was a kid. That's why there's a buzzing sound coming from the tape now. Same with this Thomas Gets Bumped reprint. I also had that as a kid. This was a favorite of mine as a kid as well. Thomas and his friends help out with the original sticker, 60 Minutes of Fun on there. This I never had as a kid, but wanted as a kid. This was an eBay purchase. Thomas and his friends get along. Same with Sing Along and Stories, eBay purchase. I believe that came in the same lot as Thomas and his friends get along, but that didn't have a case to it. Thomas Trackside Tunes. This was a childhood tape that I always loved. Thomas's Christmas Wonderland. Thomas's Snowy Surprise, and I've been told that this is an early version of this release because of the snowflake pattern on the side here, if you can see that there. I don't know if I mentioned it in the HMR for this. I probably did, but if I didn't, there. Salty Secret was a childhood tape that I owned. Same with Percy's Chocolate Crunch. Loved those releases. Let's go ahead and move the camera forward a little bit here. We've covered the 2 front stacks. Now we've moved into the middle stacks. So, original print of James Goes Buzz Buzz was a eBay purchase. Same with Thomas's Christmas Party with the cartoon fat controller right there. Many of these I have covered on HMR, so you're seeing them for a second time. Percy's Ghostly Trick was an eBay purchase. Saying this a lot throughout this. Rusty to the Rescue original. Actually, my first Thomas VHS I ever picked up off of eBay or the secondary market. Thomas Comes to Breakfast, one of my favorite home media releases. Not my childhood copy, however. That was a 90s original. Same with Thomas and His Friends Get Along. Thomas and the Special Letter original. Thomas Meets the Queen reprint. I say that because it is ink label. One I owned from childhood, actually, and I was always confused why it had a different layout style than something like James and the Red Balloon here. Spoiler for the other stack, but y'all can probably see it there. This says James learns a lesson, but it's not. It's actually an original print of Thomas's Friends Help Out. I still have not gotten a reprint of James Learns a Lesson to put inside this box. And I don't know if I ever will. There haven't been any bear copies showing up on eBay recently. And a reprint of James Goes Buzz Buzz, which ironically has a buzzing sound coming from the tape. So I guess that makes sense. It is James Goes Buzz Buzz, so it works out, I suppose. This, I believe this is my original James and the Red Balloon. It might be. Let's look. No, it is not. This is the one that Train King James sent to me. Because my childhood copy, which is right here, is broken. Or, wait. Was this the original? I have to look. I think this was the run. I think this was the one James sent me, now that I think about it. This one is my childhood one. Yep. Whoops. You can see the tape has snapped completely. My belief is it's either from the VCR itself or because of its old age, because that tape is over a decade old at this point. Same with this one. But James sent me a second copy just so I could have one that works and know that it works. I have never put this in the player because I'm scared of my VCR now. That's gonna eat that one as well, like it ate my childhood copy. So I have not used my VCR in a couple of months, and I'm looking into finding a new one because that one I'm just scared of. Make someone happy. This is a blue copy. First copy of Races, Rescues, and Runaways, which is ink label. That was from childhood. Here's my second copy, which I got in a lot that I didn't really need, but hey, it's nice to have a second one, I guess, in case one breaks. It's also in worse shape than my childhood one is. I didn't really watch my childhood one a lot because I was actually scared of Put Upon Percy. So I never really acknowledged that Races, Rescues, and Runaways was part of my collection back then. VHS copy of New Friends for Thomas, which we looked at on HMR, ironically the exact same week that the hashtag collab sequel was announced. That was unintentional, but it just seemed to work out. Sampler tape, Thomas DeSoto Stories. It's actually a nice watch. It's actually pretty nice to own. It's great to be an engine, also sent to me by Train King James. This has also never been put in the VCR because I'm scared. Thomas DeSoto Celebration on VHS. And rounding out the hit era, Calling All Engines. And it's still broken. There's still no plastic thing here. I can stick my finger inside there. Let's go ahead and move the camera forward a little bit more. We have 2 more stacks to get in. So let's look at this stack first. I have the original of 10 Years of Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends with the blue copy and the like. We have a original of Spills and Chills, which is a blue copy as well, without the box. This is all the bear stuff as well. We have a reprint of Spills and Chills. Very late one at that. Songs from the Station. Still no box to that either. Cranky Bugs. I swear I had a second copy of this that was bare as well. I don't know where it is, though. I swear I had one growing up as a kid for some reason. I don't know why. Now I move into some custom VHS tapes. This I made back when Trouble on the Tracks came out. What I did was I went on demand and I rented it from there and then just illegally recorded it onto this tape. And it says bonus stories on there. I'm not really sure what the bonus ones are, but I'm never going to look at it because I don't know. This I really should probably tape over this because this really serves no purpose anymore. And you could say this is a factory error because on the bottom here, there's a typo. Troubled on the Tracks with bonus stories. I should probably change that, but hey, it just sits in my cabinet and I don't ever do anything with it. So there's really no reason to try and change it. And then there's also this one, which is 20 years of Thomas and Friends. I don't remember what's on this, actually. So maybe I'll pop that in at some point and risk it getting eaten. Here's my absolute favorite home media release of all time. I think I mentioned that earlier. But it's Thomas Comes to Breakfast, and this case is nostalgic for me because this was the case I grew up on. This isn't the tape I grew up on, however, but the case is really all I need. I have my childhood back in my hands, and I can hold it. First copy of Thomas and the Magic Railroad, not my childhood copy, and this is the one with the huge load of extra tape on it. Still have no idea what's up with that. No one's ever gotten back to me with that, so I still have no idea. This, however, is my childhood copy that I owned as a kid. You can tell from the yellowing on the bottom and from the significantly lower amount of tape. Both are still in pretty good shape, however. We have one more stack here. Here's the reprint of 10 Years of Thomas, which was my childhood copy. We have a Best of Thomas, shows my childhood copy as well. A Best of Percy, the SpongeBob sticker there. I forgot to mention, a lot of these do have SpongeBob stickers on them. That's how you know they're childhood copies. I mentioned this on the HMR previous, a lot of times. We have Best of James in that hard case. Probably came from a Blockbuster or a library or something along those lines. We have Thomas Gets Bumped with the As a Wooden Train bonus pack. We have Cranky Bugs as a Wooden Train bonus pack. Best Thomas as a Wooden Train bonus pack. And Best of James as a Wooden Train bonus pack. So that pretty much wraps up the VHS portion of this collection, guys. If we pan the camera over here, oh so slightly, here is the entire VHS collection in its entirety. That was redundant, but whatever. This is the entire VHS collection. It's pretty big. I'm very proud of it, I guess you could say. And yeah, I hope to get some of those later releases by hit, like Hooray for Thomas, Percy Saves the Day, and stuff like that, and eventually cover them on HMR at some point. So anyway, let's go ahead and transition into the DVD section of this collection video. Okay, everybody, here we are at the DVD section of this collection video. This section is, I don't know if it's bigger than the VHS section. It might be, I'm not sure, but who's counting? Not me. So let's go ahead and start off with the DVDs I have that don't have cases to them. The reason this little Take and Play Thomas here is sitting on top of this is because this little DVD here was included with this little Take and Play Thomas here. So yeah, I bought it because of that and because of the HMR aspect to it. The toy pack title is Thomas's Railway Adventures. Next up is On Site with Thomas, disc only. We've seen this on HMR, Thomas, Percy, and the Dragon. We have Thomas and the Special Letter, which is a take-along DVD. I have 3 of these. I also have Percy Takes a Plunge, James in the Trouble with Trees. So we have a custom copy of Thomas and the Magic Railroad. This really doesn't count as an official release, but hey, I thought I'd throw it in here. The story of Thomas and the Jet Engine, little bonus disc there. A bootleg copy of Dinos and Discoveries. I really need to get around to getting the official release of that. We also have a custom DVD here, Better Late Than Tricked. It's a double feature with Better Late Than Never and Thomas Gets Tricked. See, Better Late Than Tricked. Pretty funny there, if I do say so myself. Let's start with this stack up here, which is mainly CGI stuff. We have Misty Island Rescue, the sin against the Thomas and Friends franchise itself. But I'm actually not sad that I own this. I'm actually happy that I got this when it first came out, because this special is actually somewhat rare. You don't really see this pop up in stores anymore, and let alone with the slipcover. If you see it in stores, it's usually just bare, like this. So this and its slipcover have, I don't know if I'd say that they're rare, but they're very uncommon, and that's because so few people picked up that release when it first came out, so there's less of them on the secondary market for people like me to buy. Also have Animals Aboard, I believe that's season 14 maybe? Wobbly Wheels and Whistles meet Scruff. I bought this and a couple other newer era CGI stuff on the same day. That was just to expand my collection, really. Not because I want it, it's because I have to have it because I'm a completist. I also have Blue Mountain Mystery, the movie. Feature-length movie, and I actually really like this special. I think it's one of the better Nitrogen era specials. Muddy Matters. This isn't that horrible. It's not horrible. So I have The Thomas Way. I'm gonna try to keep these as far away from the camera as possible because they get real close and it looks real weird. I have Spills and Thrills. I picked this up the first day it came out, I think, and everybody thought there was season 18 stuff on there. Haha, psych, it's actually season 17, which is old news now. We have Tale of the Brave, the worst arc special. Really though, I like King of the Railway better than this. Honestly, I really do. Which is evident by the fact that I totally own it. I actually don't own it. The only 2 specials I'm missing are King of the Railway and Day of the Diesels. Currently, I'm going to get those probably within the next month or so. Hopefully. Crossing my fingers. Speaking of crossing things, signals crossed. I'm funny. The Christmas Engines. Let's move the camera forward. I have forward-thinking views, said Lego Lover. It's great to be an Engine DVD copy. Own that since childhood. Same with Thomas Soto's Celebration. Just back the camera up a little bit so you can see the discs a bit better. Songs from the Station. Track Stars, childhood copy. A second copy of Track Stars that was released by Universal, which is the first full-length HMR for 2017, which will obviously be coming out in 2017. It's not 2017 now, it's 2016. So hopefully you'll be looking forward to that in January. We have Tales from the Tracks and Come Ride the Rails. The reason I say "and" is because I bought all 3 of those in this boxed set, but unfortunately I don't have the box to it anymore. I probably stepped on it or something. Milkshake Muddle. This has the laziest menu I've ever seen in my life, and I'll rant on that in 2017 when that HMR comes out. Thomas's Trusty Friends. I own that since childhood. I always loved the pack growing up. I don't know why. Mud, Glorious Mud. The only way to get the rest of the pack series because of one freaking episode that they didn't put on the other ones. the greatest stories, or rather the not so greatest stories. I'm actually baffled by the stories that they chose to put on this. However, I am happy that it's 2 discs. They didn't have to sacrifice the video quality to fit them all onto 1 disc. Take notes, Universal. They have Hero of the Rails, which I'm very glad that I bought this when it first came out as well, because this slipcover is actually really rare. So I have Splish Splash Splosh with the huge border sticker on the slipcover. Again, I really don't like the episodes on here, but I am happy that I got it when it first came out because that slipcover and the Splish Splash Splosh thing is embossed. And our last CGI release for the seasons 13 through 16 era is Thomas and the Runaway Kite. Let's move the camera over a little bit more here. Let's take a look at... Screw it, let's look at this stack. We have the 2007-2009 version of the Best of James here, with the big, huge nose. He's whistling hello. We also have Fun with Thomas, which is another sampler. Here's another custom that MPS was actually shocked that I made. Thomas and the Tragic Pharaoh. Like, seriously, how could I not make this? Like, oh man, that movie was still really bad. I mean, I'm not saying the movie itself was bad. I mean, it was intentionally bad, but watching it for like the 5th time a couple of weeks ago during a Skype call, I was just like, I was baffled by like, what was I thinking? Like, seriously. We have another sampler here, which is actually pretty rare. I had never seen this prior to picking this up at a thrift store. It's called Quarry Adventures on Sodor. We have a Big Day for Thomas. Slim case version. Obviously, that was a Wooden Train bonus pack. Same with Thomas and the Really Brave Engines. And I presume same for Thomas Comes to Breakfast. I didn't buy this in a Wooden Train bonus pack version. I just bought it by itself at that train show, which I'm very happy that I did because, as I stated, that's one of my favorite home media releases of all time because of how nostalgic it is for me. Best of Thomas DVD. Best of Percy on DVD. Best of... didn't have a hold of it there. Best of James. I'm pretty sure this was a Wooden Train bonus pack as well because of its slim case. Best of Gordon. I finally have all 4 best ofs in the same format. I'm actually very happy because of that. I have a 2-pack of Thomas's Halloween Adventures and Percy's Ghostly Trick. Keep an eye out for this Halloween on HMR. Spoilers for what's coming. You have another 2-pack of new Friends for Thomas and Spills and Chills. We've already covered both of those on the show. And we have another 2-pack of Thomas and the Toy Workshop and Thomas and the Really Brave Engines. We've covered half of this on the show. And rounding out this stack, we have The Great Discovery. Welcome, Stanley! I'm sorry, I had to do it. I'm so sorry. We have 2 more stacks to go here, and my back is getting really tired from slouching. Oh, gosh. Okay. Oh, my back is really tired right now. So, let's get these 2 stacks done so I don't, have an aneurysm. We have Thomas Gets Tricked, original DVD printing, which was a Wooden Train bonus pack. James Learns a Lesson. The first HMR, so many years ago. It's actually only been 2, but hey, it was a long time ago. Henry and the Elephant, which was a Wooden Train bonus pack, came with Rickety when I was a kid. Sing Along in Stories, bought that at FYE. Thomason's Friends Get Along, bought that at that same thrift store where I got Quarry Adventures on Sodor. Thomason's Friends Help Out, bought that at the train show where I got Thomas Comes to Breakfast. Cranky Bugs, owned since childhood. Spills and Chills, thrift store. Races, Rescues, and Runaways, Thrift Store, Make Someone Happy, Childhood, James and the Red Balloon, Thrift Store, Thomas and the Jet Engine, Childhood, New Friends for Thomas, Childhood, and Hooray for Thomas, Childhood. A lot of childhood and a lot of thrift store stuff going on here. But anyway, we have our last stack here. And we have something that we haven't yet seen enter my collection. If you saw my vlog a couple of weeks ago, you'd have seen that I picked up my very first Thomas & Friends Blu-ray, and it is The Great Race. So I finally have a Thomas Blu-ray in my collection. Hooray, they exist! The adventure begins, which was the last special that I showed off in my last collection video. Of course you can see how much my collection has grown since then. So does Legend of the Lost Treasure, favorite special of Thomas & Friends ever. It's the best. Whale of a Tale. Got some pretty nice episodes on there. Thomas's Christmas Carol, my last purchase from Sam's Club, because Sam's stopped selling Blu-rays and DVDs. They just got rid of it entirely. That's why I haven't done a vlog from Sam's, because there's nothing to look at. So don't expect a vlog from Sam's anytime soon, because they stopped selling movies, and it makes me sad. Tales on the Rails. Okay, here's where I start to rant. This picture quality looks like complete butt. Okay, it looks terrible. And I really don't know why that it looks this bad. Pretty sure it's because they had to compress the video quality down to fit all the files onto this disc. But Universal, step your game up. Like, this was not 480p. Alright, this looks like 240p, and I'm never going to watch this again because it looks awful. You have Start Your Engines here. This picture quality looks okay. It looks closer to 360p, but it's still not as good as it could be. So, Universal, don't stop yet. Keep improving your DVD quality. Now we move into some boxed sets. Of the Holiday Favorites set, which is our Christmas-themed HMR for this year. We have Totally Thomas, Volume 4, featuring 3 releases that we've covered on home media reviews. And the last set here, which is the Early Years, which is the single greatest Thomas & Friends box set ever released. Wow, my voice is really tired right now. So giving you all just a quick overview here, this is the entire Thomas & Friends home media collection. This is everything. We have DVDs right there, and we have VHS up there. It's a pretty big collection when all said and done, and I'm actually very proud. So I want to thank you all for watching this collection video. Thanks for sticking around throughout the entire thing. I know I probably get very boring, and I know that I tend to ramble a lot whenever I do a video of this size, but hey, I'm happy that I finally got the 2016 edition of my Thomas & Friends VHS and DVD collection out to you lovely fans. So I want to thank you all again for watching, and as always, good night everybody.